Welcome to TryLine Podcast. I'm your host, Bo. This is my co-host, the People's host, Denny. How you going, mate?
Good, thank you. How are you?
You good to be here?
Yeah, it's what is it? Quarter to 10.
Quarter to 10.
Um,
It's the late show
yeah.
with the People's host.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm about as good as can be expected at quarter to 10.
You're doing a bit better than Trent Barrett.
I'm doing a lot better than Trent Barrett. Still got a job.
Still got a job. So the bloke is let's break it down. Let's break down the timeline. The bloke was going to be sacked, right?
Yep.
All the reports coming out was they called a meeting. Trent was not to be a part of the meeting by all reports. He was going to be sacked. Next minute, he comes out and quits. Do you think Trent quit on his own terms, or was the bloke? It was like quit or we're going to make you quit kind of thing.
Yeah, right. So you brought this up to me earlier today. It was early today, I'm pretty sure. This morning.
Time is a contract.
Yeah. And you said he was offered a specific amount of money to step down or don't step down, and we'll just sack you. No money.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think he would have got probably whatever he was owed for the rest of the year if he got sacked. It would have been less than what he did walk out with. And clubs do like the step down angle because it just seems more amicable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we decided to part ways. Everything's all good. He's still invited to the end of season barbecue, all kinds of rubbish like that. Anyone that thinks Trent Barrett wasn't sacked, you got absolute rocks in your head. Seriously.
Yeah.
If you don't think, like Trent Barrett, he's got Reed Mahoney coming next year. He's got Kick-Out coming next year. You think he doesn't want to hang around for that?
Yeah, he definitely does. They're gonna have some like next year. They'll have some pretty crazy edges with Tavita and Kick-Out.
Do you think? Now, this is just my opinion. I think there's bigger issues at the Bulldogs than Trent Barrett. Like,
Okay.
I know he only won 5 out of 30 odd games. What was it? 5 out of 34 games, and that's only a 14% win percentage. But I don't think all the blame can go on Trent Barrett. I think they were in a lot of games this year. And if a coach can get you up and into a game, then it's on the players to get you home, isn't it?
You'd think so.
So I'm looking at the players more than I'm looking at Trent. And last year, obviously, he was poor. They didn't have a roster last year, in my opinion. But this year, I think they've been okay.
Well, they've been really good. I think the Fox. I think he's been great for them. I think he's kind of carrying the energy load, really getting them up for it. Yeah. But again, this year
I think they made maybe a bad investment in Dufty. They thought they were getting a different player than what they got, and he hasn't offered enough strike for them, and I think that's really hurt. I think Tavita Pangai Jr. was always a worry bringing in.
Yeah.
Because he's one of those inconsistent players, you know, like he's a guy that can have a 5-star performance and then a run of 3-star performances.
That's a lot like Dufty though as well. That's
exactly.
A lot like Dufty.
When you go out and buy these players though, you're going to get more 3-star performance, aren't you?
Yeah.
But if you look at the start of the year, right, they beat the Cowboys. I think this season's proved that the Cowboys are more than a handy opponent. They were in that game with the Broncos. They lost 16-10.
Yep.
They lost to Manly by 1 point. They were in that up to their eyeballs. Then they go get smashed by the Storm. A lot of teams will get smashed by the Storm this year.
Mm-hmm.
They get beat by the Panthers. Then they get beat by the Rabbitohs. They were ahead in that game, and they got a sin bin.
Yeah.
They were playing really well against the Rabbitohs, and then the Rabbitohs just tore them apart.
Yep.
Then they lose to the Broncos again. They beat the Roosters. They should have beat the Raiders. That was one of their worst performances of the year when they went down to Canberra. And then they were in this game against the Knights last week and lost that one as well. So you turn a couple of the results around. You turn the Knights around. You turn the Raiders around. You say they hold on against Manly. They beat the Broncos. Suddenly they've only dropped 3 games all year.
That's not too bad. That's like the Cowboys. The Cowboys have dropped 3 games, haven't they?
Exactly.
They're top 4 side.
Top 4 side. Now, I don't think it's all Trent Barrett. I think it's personnel, and the players can only hide behind sacking coaches for so long. They sacked Dean Pay, they sacked Trent Barrett, they sacked Desi Hasler before that. And there's been a couple of players that have been there that whole time. So now it's not the coach's fault anymore. If they can't perform for the rest of the year and going forward when there's players coming in, it is on the Bulldogs. It is on players, and players need to walk.
All right. Any player in particular?
Not off the top of my head, because the one person I can think that's been around there consistently is probably their best player in Josh Jackson.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's the problem. He tries his heart out every week.
Yeah.
I'm saying there's a couple other people that are pretending to be first graders. Must be.
Yeah. Maybe not so much a personnel issue, maybe more of a mindset issue, because they've got talent there. Without a doubt, they've got Matty Burton there. Matt Duff and Tavito, they're rocks or diamonds, those two, but they can have good games.
Exactly. Luke Thompson, maybe he's another player that can have a really good game, but can have a run of not so great games. They need to get more consistent performances out of them. Looking forward to this week, they're $1.90 against the Tigers. Keep your money in your pocket in that game, because you do not know what is going to happen. The Tigers are inconsistent. No look Brooks, though. The Bulldogs can win this, but you can also see the Bulldogs getting lapped here.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So stay away from that game. I want to talk quickly about the Dolphins coming in.
Yep.
Because I've just been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. There's a bit going on here, right? Now, I'm not a fan of a draw. I'm not a fan of buys in general. I don't think, come next year, there's going to be a group of fans that have waited, 4 months to watch their team play, that have to wait an extra week than everyone else.
Yeah.
Because their team's not going to play round one.
Yeah.
I already think that's rubbish. Secondly, we're going to have a team miss Anzac round. We're going to have a team miss Indigenous round. We're going to have a team miss Women in League round. We're going to have a team miss, Magic round.
Magic round, yeah.
We're going to have a team get an advantage by getting a bye in the last round. These are all big things in the NRL. So how are we deciding this? Because you can't have the Dragons or the Roosters sit out Anzac round. They play in the Anzac game. They have
there's Melbourne Warriors.
Exactly.
That's
so they're four
Anzac
teams.
clash.
But how is that fair if you're deciding, well, you don't get to play Anzac round because these teams have to play Anzac round? That's not fair.
That's true. That is true. I have no idea how they're gonna figure this out. They're gonna have to bring in another team soon, surely.
Give the Central Coast team an interim license until they get another team.
Just join in those special rounds.
They're a team that's just ready to go. They've got a spot there. They have the infrastructure. They've had the Warriors played out of there for the better half of 2 years, so they can host NRL games. Give them an interim license for 2 years. Let them run. Not 2 years until they find a full replacement team.
Well, Central Coast is the replacement team.
Yeah, it should be, but it won't be.
Yeah.
No, but I'm being serious. They probably need to go have a look at the ladder and decide that way. I think I said it to you earlier. If you come first, you choose where you have the bye for the year. You know what I mean? Because everyone gets their origin bye, but then you get another personalised bye.
Yeah.
So if you want to play Anzac round, you're saying I want to have my bye X round, and I think those later rounds will go first. That bye in the last round will be a huge advantage.
Yeah, no, for sure, 100%. You get an extra week off. Rest all your stars.
Well, how many people rest play when you're assured a spot in the finals? How many people rest players going into that last round? Heaps of teams. Yeah. The top teams do.
Well, any team that cannot improve their position, they rest their side, and they're not a chance of falling down the ladder.
So how much more of is it an advantage that you not only get to rest your team, you pick up a win?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You pick up 2 points.
Exactly.
Yeah. So these things have to be thought about, and I think there needs to be a way to, because we don't really reward first place that much as it is. I think that $100,000 in the Shield, no one really gives a shit about that. First and second, they get the same pretty much benefit.
Yeah.
But if you give first crack at choosing when they want their bye, I think that's interesting. And I think you don't want to be in those bottom 8 sides that don't get to choose when they a good spot for their bye, that might miss an Anzac round or miss an Indigenous round. Because, the Roosters and Dragons will be fighting hard to get up there. So they do play those important games. So I think that's really interesting going into next season, but we shouldn't be too far away from an 18th team.
Oh no, surely. Well, hopefully not. A couple of years, surely.
I'm thinking probably Perth.
Why
Perth, Adelaide.
Perth?
I just think you got to spread the game out.
Mm.
If there can't be another team in Queensland. There's 4 there now. There's 9 in Sydney. We need to go Perth, Adelaide, or you go another team in New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand.
Which I don't really like the New Zealand side at the moment because we haven't even been there in 3 years.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much footprint we've lost in that country not being there in 3 years. So we maybe have to build back up that before we take another team there.
Okay, go Perth. Go on.
Or Adelaide.
Or Adelaide. Either or.
You stay on the coast.
Yeah. Either or. Makes no difference to me. Go Para.
Go Para. Yeah. All right, let's get in these questions.
Alrighty, first question. Ben Hunt or Reed Money at 14, assuming Grant gets 9?
Grant will get 9 and Ben Hunt will play in 14.
Ben Hunt 14 for sure. Do you think Rueben Cotter should get picked for Queensland?
No.
Yeah. I think he should maybe in the squad. Not in the starting or bench.
Didn't even know he was a Queens. Oh, Rueben Cotter. I thought for some reason we're talking about Ruben Garrick.
No,
Cotter will get picked, 100%.
I don't think in the starting.
No, he won't start. He won't start, but he will come off the bench.
You think
100%.
He'll get picked on the bench?
100%.
I thought maybe 18th man, something like that.
No, him, Carrigan, Hunt, Collins.
Who's the starting props?
Oh, Welsh's out, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Collins probably has to start there. I haven't had a good look at it, but I'd be picking Cotter.
All right, I'd have him 18th man, at least. What do you think about the Brent Naden signing with the Tigers?
I got so rattled because I'm like, Ruben Garrick doesn't play for Queensland.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
Rueben Cotter.
Brent Naden. I thought it was interesting, right? This is so Barrett gets sacked. Oh, Barrett steps down. Sorry, Barrett steps down, and then Naden leaves. Next day? I wonder if he had a clause in his contract that he was like connected to the club as long as Trent Barrett was, and if so, I wonder how many people have that clause. Like, does Reed Mahoney have that clause coming in? Like, he'll play if Barrett's the coach. Yeah. I know Kickout has a really good connection with Trent Barrett. He coached him at Penrith, wanted to come play for him. So I wonder if other players have that kind of clause where they can back out if Trent Barrett's not there.
I did see something about that on Twitter. I think it was. I might have.
It's really interesting that Naden walks straight away.
Yeah.
Like, contracts can't get worked out that quickly.
Yeah. I mean, time will tell. We'll see what happens, but we can't really say for sure at the moment.
You would love a backflip from Mahoney, though.
Oh, please. And a backflip from Josh Hodgson. Stay away. But Brent Naden going to the Tigers, I like it because at the moment they've got Tyron Peachy in the centres.
Yeah.
And that Asu Kapoa, who I do not rate at all. Both their centres are trash.
That winger that filled in on the weekend, he was handy, I thought.
Junior Tipo.
Yeah, he was alright.
He's been named this week to start.
Yeah. And
yeah, he wasn't too bad. But yeah, get rid of Tyron Peachy at the centres. Put Brent Naden in there.
He's a player that comes off the bench and just runs around the middle and creates a little bit of havoc. That's what he's always been good at.
Yeah, and he's lazy and ill-disciplined.
Yeah. But he's his best coming on at the back end of halves when people are lazy and he can be a little bit creative.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's not effective at all.
No, definitely not. Opinion next year, Magic round with 17 teams, with a 17-team competition.
I think you missed the who replaces Trent Barrett.
Well, we spoke about that, didn't we?
I don't think we said who replaces him. I'll go Fleno.
I'll go Green. We'll do a high five bet.
All right.
We both have no money.
Yeah, we're strapped for cash. We're strapped for cash.
So I'll give you a high five if you win. You give me a high five.
Has OnlyFans ever been closer to being on the cards?
I think we might have to start.
Yeah, because I am strapped.
Yeah, we are literally. We're struggling. If anyone will donate any money, please.
This is tap water. This is just cold tap water.
Yeah. I'm
You're on the
not
wires.
drinking water. Yeah.
You're drinking your sorrows. All right, next
drinking my
year, Magic Round with a 17. Is it meant to say 17?
It is meant to say 17.
Well, the NRL's already said the Dolphins won't miss out. You
Oh.
would think the Broncos wouldn't miss out. It being at Suncorp. I'm
Warriors.
thinking, unfortunately, I don't think the Warriors will miss out either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think they'll be trying to grow the game back in New Zealand. They'll want them with a lot of eyes on the footy. I'm thinking someone like the Raiders will sit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Someone like a fringe, like, no disrespect to the Raiders, but they don't, well, they look like they had a big following there, actually, on the Sunday. I just think they'll sit down. And I don't think it's right. I think it should be drawn or something. There should be some reward. But
well, it 100% won't be Melbourne or any Queensland side.
no,
We
it
know
won't
that.
be Melbourne.
And you don't think it'll be the Warriors either?
I don't reckon it'll be a team that finishes in top 8 this year.
Maybe.
It won't be a Queensland team.
Yeah,
The Queensland
no,
team won't
100%.
sit.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Who knows?
Have a guess.
If I'm to guess,
Educated guess. I say Canberra.
might even be like the Tigers or something.
Might be might be one of those lesser Sydney teams. That
Yeah.
was my other guess.
Tigers, Bulldogs. That's
Dogs
yeah.
might be travelling all right. Dragons.
Yeah, Dragons. Yeah, they're not very good at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just my guess. Either one of those three teams.
It won't be a Queensland team. I'll say.
No, 100%. Or Melbourne. No way will be Melbourne.
Or Penrith.
Yeah, or Penrith or Para.
Right.
Anyway, should the bunker start micromanaging the referees' call so they can eliminate clean errors?
No.
No, please do not.
No.
Keep the bunker away.
No.
Please.
You don't want this. You think you want this? Who said this? I feel
Taylor.
I love you. I love you, Taylor, but you do not want this.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
Literally. You know, the game will be stopping every 5 minutes, and you just can't get any rhythm to the game or roll on. There will be nothing.
We have a different sport to a lot of sports. There's a lot of what's that word? Discretionary calls in our game.
Yeah.
Where it's like not black and white. It's more like a feel for the game, and that's why you have a referee. You know, like you can't call an offside every single play. But you can probably find an inside the 10 most plays.
Off the kickoffs, there's about 1,000 offsides off the kickoffs every round.
Yeah. If you're calling inside the 10, down the middle every single time, it's going to be a nightmare. So you can't have that.
Yeah. And like when players play the ball, not all the time their foot touches the ball. They make that motion, but their foot doesn't touch the ball. Like, you're going to call that up? No.
Is that the biggest problem in the game? Because I could give a shit if they touch the footy with their foot.
I do not care.
Could give a shit.
No.
I hate it when that gets pulled up. It's like, who cares? Like, pull up the forward passes. That's what we don't want to see.
Oh, there's been a 1,000,000-kilometre forward pass by Joey Mahoney the other day.
I'm getting suspicious on the ball too, you know. Getting a little bit suspicious on the ball.
What do you mean? Like,
Getting a bit suspicious on the ball.
How so?
Should I get this here out in the open?
Go on.
I haven't been at... Have you seen kickers shank the ball as much as we've seen this year? There's been some shockers this year, kicking-wise.
Okay.
Now, let
you
me
mean
finish
goal
my
kicking?
thought. Goal kicking.
Okay, I
Goal
thought you meant general play kicking.
No, goal kicking.
All right, go on.
I've got a feeling because last year they tried to be sneaky. They put this little chip in the ball so then they could trial this forward pass technology without anyone knowing. They done it in the NRLW. They done it in the New South Wales Cup.
Yeah.
I reckon they've put him in the ball in the NRL and not said a thing. And then they'll come out next year and say, "Well, we trialed it all year. It was great. People didn't even know the difference." Well, I notice. He's put it in the ball, and now no one can kick a goal. That's what I'm saying.
Well, no. Well, you think about it. Reece Walsh has come out. He's slotting them these days.
Yeah.
So it's had a reverse effect on him.
Maybe he's missed kicking it. It's just nailing it. I don't know. They've done something to the ball, and I'm not happy about it.
Because last year, Reece Walsh couldn't kick to save his life. He was like, what, a 60% kicker.
Yeah.
This year, he's nailing them from everywhere.
When they miss now, it's disgusting. Some of the shots at goal we've seen this year is like horrendous. So they've done something to the ball. I'm on to you. You're not getting away with it. And we're coming for you. We'll sue them. They've cost teams. Well, we need the suit. Well,
you can sue them.
Well, we need the cash.
All right, I'll sue them as well.
Does it cost to sue? It probably does.
I think because you got to hire a lawyer and that, and they cost a lot of money.
If you're a lawyer, you want to represent us for free, you want to take down the NRL, get in contact.
Okay. Make a team using one player from each team, and the 17 is someone that is with the Dolphins.
Jesus. That's a bit... No, I can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we won't be doing that one. And,
we might do that as a TikTok video, though. Pencil it.
Riley Wilson, Bo will do that as a TikTok video.
No, well, we'll do it together, but move on.
Yep, moving on. Jackson, thoughts on the Broncos? They're going good.
Yeah, they're playing really good.
Better than expected. I think I had them... I don't remember when I had them, but probably about...
I've got to stop expecting. Because when I expected them to go good, yeah, shit. But now I don't expect anything of it, and they're killing it.
Mm. Yeah, well, that's just how it goes, isn't it?
They're playing good. They are playing good. The other night, they were really impressive.
Who'd they play?
Manly.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
Next Bulldogs head coach. You're Flano, and I am Paul Green.
Paul Green will want the job. Paul Green will definitely want the job.
Well, Paul Green, get in contact with us and give us money and we'll sort you out. Are the Cowboys real contenders if they beat the Storm this weekend?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, it's like a reserve grade Storm side. So
they're missing 2 players, I think. No, but let's be honest. If everyone's been saying, "Oh, well, not yet," they haven't really beat anyone. Then they beat Para, still not yet, and
yeah, they beat Para.
You know what I mean?
You know what Para are like, though.
No, I know, but like, when do we start giving them respect? If they beat the Storm, there has to be some level. Like,
okay, well, there's a little bit there, not much, but they're missing...
By the way, I don't think anyone spoke about this for the Panthers game. That was the Storm's biggest defeat since 2014.
Yeah, big boy, eh? 8 years.
Massive.
8 years.
Yeah. Massive win. Panthers are a gun side.
I was actually going to say Melbourne Storm are actually missing more than 2 players. They're missing both their starting front rows.
Yeah.
One of their centres.
And
their fullback and their halfback.
Maybe their halfback.
Well, he will be a late exclusion. I don't have a doubt. Even mine.
Yeah. Cowboys are playing really good though. Like they controlled that game against the Tigers the other day. They were really clinical, I thought.
Yeah. I can't say anything because
I was going to say I kind of teed that up for you to say. Well, it's only the Tigers, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. I was about to, and then I was like, well, Tigers beat Para. Yeah. It was a stitch up though. Anyway, does Critter make the New South Wales squad?
Yeah, he does.
He's in the squad. Don't know if he makes the team.
I don't think they picked Turbo.
No Turbo.
He's banged up. He's broken at the moment. He's got to sit.
Yeah, all right.
I said to a Manly fan at work today, I said, wouldn't you want to see him sit for a month and get himself right? Because he's not the player he was. He's broken at the moment, and he's hurt. He's not going into any kind of contest with any energy. He just looks down. He's not breaking tackles. Adam Reynolds tackled him 3 times the other day, one-on-one.
One-on-one, yeah. I remember were we together?
No, I think I called you. But it stands out like dog's balls when he gets tackled by Adam Reynolds.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because Adam Reynolds, he's not a known defender.
Yeah.
And Turbo is a known player to bust them tackles. Boy.
You can see Turbo gets himself into great positions still because that's his head. That's not his body.
Yeah.
He gets himself into really good positions, but his body just doesn't want to do what he knows he has to do, or what he knows he can do.
His body can't do it.
Yeah. So he needs to rest. And I'm thinking if you put him in the front line in Origin, in the centres, where he's got to move laterally a lot, he might get found out a little bit there.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Good point there. Moving on. Do you think Cobbo could crack Origin this year?
He's been all right. I mean, what's going to help him is it's probably Xavier Coates on one side. Then who you go on the other side?
Val.
Well, I think we need Val in the centres.
So
Val and Gags in the centres, I think.
okay, so Val and Gags. Okay, well then Cobbo gets the other wing because I'd have I would have Cobbo over the Hammer. At the
Okay.
moment.
Yep.
Pardon
No
me?
Oates.
Corey.
Moving on.
What should Sharks
that's
play? Nico at fullback or Matt Moylan?
Not Matt Moylan.
Matt Moylan
Not Matt
needs
Moylan.
to get dropped. I was watching the Sharks game closely last week.
They were horrendous.
They were woeful, and I think Matt Moylan is half the reason Talakai is not getting that early ball.
Yeah.
He's that half on that left edge, and Talakai was barely an option for him. He'd either try and run himself or give it to Teague Wilton for a short ball, and he wasn't getting Talakai that early ball, that hashtag early ball that he needs.
Those short balls to Wilton were making me so flaccid.
Yes, yeah.
You could see him setting up shape, and you just think just pass.
Out the back, please.
We should make a shirt that says just pass.
Just pass, please.
Just
send
pass.
one to Matt Moylan.
Fuck no. Oh,
Yeah.
How hard is it to pass him the ball?
It's not hard. Like that. Like ever since that really one good game that he had back in
One half.
maybe about a month ago.
Yeah.
They don't go to him anymore. They don't give him early ball. Nothing. And I like not Nico Hynes, sorry.
That
Matt
half
Moylan.
of football pissed someone off.
Yeah.
Pissed someone off with the Sharks.
Yeah.
So yeah, try and make it all about you, mate. We'll see.
Yeah. Honestly, I think get rid of Matt Moylan, keep Nico at 7. Hopefully Will Kennedy is healthy when he's back. When is that? 2 more weeks?
So I think
1
he's
week?
got. Yeah, so he's suspended for 2. So
This is
and this is this
next
one.
week.
Yeah.
Get Will Kennedy back in, and then bring in who's that other bloke? Luke Metcalf.
Yeah.
We've got wraps on him. Bring him at 6.
You can't play Nico at fullback this week. Can't do it.
No.
They looked absolutely lost.
Yeah, for sure.
Who they got? Lachlan Miller playing fullback this week.
Yeah, Lachlan Miller. So
Gun.
We'll see how that goes. Who they got?
Lachlan Miller's a halfback apparently by trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who they playing?
They're playing the Titans. That's a stay away from.
You know what?
You don't
That's
know.
another
don't
bet that I had in there. Titans plus 7.5. You take that because Sharks failed to cover the line. Titans, they covered the line last week.
Let's not let anyone in on our little secret. But
No one knew the secret until you just said there was a secret. They were just going about their day. Anyway,
sorry, mate.
who will coach the Bulldogs? Flanagan, Paul Green.
We should
who do
change
you
it
think-
every time it gets asked.
Okay, we'll change it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Who do you think the Dolphins number 1 is? Who do you think will be the Dolphin number 1?
At the
Fullback?
moment, it's Asako, I think, isn't it?
He is signed there. Oh, has he? He
Yeah, I
has.
think he is. Yeah.
Uh,
Unless something better comes along.
well, there's nothing.
I still think
really.
Walsh is a chance.
Reese.
I still think Reece Walsh has a chance of being there.
Okay. So you think Reece Walsh will be the Dolphins fullback?
I don't think he will. I think he's a chance of being at the club, yeah.
No. Okay. Well, who do you think will be the fullback?
I said Jermaine.
All right. Go on. We'll go Jermaine.
All right.
Do you think Reno or Hunt a shout for Dally M as Paps is injured?
I think Hunt is probably a better shout than Reno. I think the Broncos might share a couple of points. I think anytime the Dragons play remotely well, Hunt will poll.
But they don't play well very often. They've had one good win.
I think, did he get man of the match this
season?
week? Did he get man of the match on the weekend?
No, you're asking
me
the
have a
wrong. You're asking the wrong person.
I think he might have got man of the match. He definitely polled. Let me have a look.
Man
he
of the match
got-
losing side.
No, he got 1 point. But that's what I mean. He's on 14 points. Like you said, they haven't been playing amazing, but he's racking up points up there.
All right. Well, there you go. Well, okay. Good on him. There you go. Anyway, moving on. Thoughts on Blake Taaffe?
Yeah, he's handy.
He's all right. I mean, he's nothing special, but he's a safe option.
He's doing a job for South, especially with old suspension Mitchell over there.
Oh yeah. Is he?
He's either suspended.
He's injured now, isn't he? He's not
Yeah,
suspended.
but he's either suspended, injured. Something's going on. You need Taaffe there to hold it together through those middle rounds.
Yeah, he does a solid job. Let's just say that.
He's handy.
Yeah. Anyway, how will the Dolphins go next year? Not good.
Yeah, I reckon they'll play all right. Wayne Bennett's a noted. You can get your team performing.
They're not going to go well.
I think they'll be on the fringe of the 8.
No, I think
Especially if they get Munster.
Next year. They get Munster the year after, isn't it?
Nah, next year.
Surely not. Munster's not off contract till the year after, isn't he?
I'm pretty sure. Well, how are they negotiating with him now?
Or am I just an idiot? You have a quick look. Okay, if you know what, even if they get Munster, I'm still going to say that they will not be a fringe top 8 side.
You reckon Munster will be down the bottom of the ladder?
Yes.
He's like the best player in the comp at the moment.
He's the best player in the comp. Give me a break.
Yeah, no, he is on contract for 2023, but they're negotiating for next year, 100%.
So they get him a year early?
Yeah.
Huh. Yep, he's in the bottom 4.
I think they'll be on the fringe of the 8.
Nah,
Lock that in.
One good player cannot carry a whole team to fringe 8.
I mean, if the Titans can get on the fringe of the 8 first season.
Yeah, they had a couple good players though.
I think they might have made the 8 actually.
Didn't they come like second?
Oh, they come second one year. Let me see if they made the 8.
Yeah. Anyway,
Finals week on. They did not.
They didn't. Bastards.
They did not.
Moving on. Do you think Broncos are realistic top 4 contenders? Yeah. No. No, I don't think so. Who are you going to take out for them?
That's what people don't do. They don't do the take out thing. They just say this person. They're all in the top 8.
Yeah.
Everyone's in the top 8.
So, top 4. This one is
top 4. Yeah. So you got the Storm. You got the Panthers. You got the Eels.
Yeah, Roosters.
Roosters are going to be somewhere thereabouts.
Yeah.
I think the
Sharkies. Yeah. I mean, even the Cowboys. I mean, we'll see. We'll see about the Cowboys.
That's already too many.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you got all those teams that are fighting out for it, and I think all those teams are better than the Broncos.
Titans were fringe top 8 in their first season. They were 1 win out of the 8.
Yeah, well,
they were also minus 150 differential.
There you go. Who should be the Bulldogs' new coach? I'm
going Paul Green.
I'm going Trent Barrett gets the job back.
He quit for a raise. That's what he done. That would be goated. That would be absolutely goated.
After his performance on Sunday, should Zach Wolford be on Canberra's bench? Maybe he should even start.
Yeah, he was handy. And Tom Starling can do a job for you off the bench.
Yeah, so start Zach Wolford. He's starting this week. Even though Adam Elliott is fit, Adam Elliott is 18th man. So maybe
that seems weird because he's been playing okay as well.
Adam Elliott did really well in hooker at his in those.
I don't know if he should stay in hooker, but I think he should probably stay in the side.
Yeah. Plus, I traded for him in Dream Team, which
so you're really filthy.
Yeah. That's why I'm on the wines, mate.
Really good position for the Raiders to win 2 games they weren't meant to win. Coming into Jack Whiten coming back, they're getting a little bit healthier. That 4-pack's starting to look a little bit nicer. I can't understand for the life of me the Xavier Savage thing in 16. Either he's in the starting side or he's not in the side for mine.
Yeah.
But not bad for the Raiders here. Now, this is where you start to worry as a Raiders fan. When things are going okay, oh no, we get lapped by the Rabbitohs.
Look, I think they might. Well, they screwed me over that round, that 2 rounds ago. I backed the Bulldogs in.
In hindsight, imagine backing the Bulldogs against the Raiders. In hindsight.
What do you mean?
I know. Oh, I backed them too, mate. I was on board. But now looking back, thinking the Raiders are a much better side than the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that screwed my perfect round. That game. bloody. Well, the Bulldogs weren't looking too bad. Didn't they just beat the Roosters?
They just beat the Roosters, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, exactly. Anyway, do you like beetroot?
Oh, hate it. Hate it.
I actually like beetroot. I don't mind it.
I hate it so much.
It's tasty, but just don't get it on your clothes or nothing because you can't get it out.
Don't take it to bed with you, eh?
Yeah, don't. Seriously, guys, if you go to bed, don't take beetroot with you, please.
Leave the beetroot in the kitchen. Oh, that's what I've always heard.
Always?
Yeah, always. That's me mantra.
Yeah, leave the beetroot
That's
in the kitchen. Anyway, who replaces Trent Barrett, Brad Fittler, Shane Flanagan, or Paul Green?
Brad Fittler.
I'm going to say Wayne Bennett backflips on the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And goes to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, well, he hasn't signed that many players.
Yeah.
He's like, this is boring.
Who do you think the Bulldogs' next coach will be?
Shane Flanagan.
I'm going to say, who's Craig Bellamy? I think he'll come up. Who replaces Trent at the Dogs, and how do they turn it around?
Let's focus on the how do they turn it around.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they just. I don't know. It seems like they go backwards sometimes. Like at parts last year, you could see that they were trying, but they just didn't have the players. Now they got their players. So
some of them are still trying. Some of them are still trying.
Is it the same players that are trying?
No, well, the Fox is trying. Josh Jackson is trying.
I feel like Josh Jackson, the Fox, Matty Burton, they're all having a crack.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's open slate.
You know what? Paul Vaughan's having a dig too.
Yeah, he is actually.
He's having a crack, and he's playing really well. He's going real well. The players that aren't, Matt Duffy off and on.
I don't know if Duffy's not having a crack. I think this is just Duffy.
No, it is 100%. He was like this at the Dragons.
Yeah,
and we were saying this last year. He's rocks or diamonds, that bloke.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you got to take the good with the bad, because he'll come out and have a mad game and do whatever, and then he'll come out and have probably the worst game that you'll ever see.
I think they need to go out and try and get some toilers, some people that are just that you know what you're gonna get. You know they're gonna have a crack, like even a Tom Gilbert on an edge for the Cowboys. Like he's not amazing, but you know what he's gonna do every week. Like he's gonna come in, try and make his tackles.
No, you watch him. He's an effort player. He's one of those effort players. Someone that isn't lazy on the inside, will make an effort to close that gate.
And I feel like in the last preseason, they went out and signed a couple of players that aren't those players. Like your Matt Duffy, Tavita Pengai Jr., who's outstanding. I'm not knocking him. He can play the game. Yeah. But he won't play it every week. Won't give you that game every week.
No.
So they need to go out and do some good recruitment and look at some players that are maybe not worth 700,000-800,000, but you know that are going to come in, try and make their tackles. John Asiata's a big loss for them. They had him.
Yeah.
He would have really helped them.
I think Tom Gilbert he's a great footy player. Watching him, he's awesome.
Good signing for Redcliffe.
100% good. Heaps good signing.
Yeah.
Anyway, thoughts on the Brisbane Indigenous jersey? A lot of significance in it.
Heaps of them look really good this year. Really good.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen many Indigenous jerseys. When is Indigenous around?
I'm not sure. Not sure, but there's been heaps coming out lately, and a load of them look really good. They've gone very colourful this year, but I think behind those colours are a lot of cultural significance. So I like that. I like that they're putting in some effort, especially on the back of those Anzac jerseys where we saw some teams not put in a lot of effort. So
I'm having a look at some of these jerseys. They're not too bad.
Yeah, they're good. All right, from Bunny's Burrow, we have, will the Rabbitohs make the 8? I think they have too much talent to miss the 8. I think they have too much talent to miss the 8.
No, they don't. They're missing the 8. I said this a couple of weeks ago. They'll miss the 8. I think the Broncos will take their place, and I think Para will miss the 8 as well. And you know,
you're still on the Para miss the 8.
I'm still on the. Well, how many games have they lost in the last 3? They've lost 2 of the last 3, or 4 of the last, or 3 of the last 4.
And that one was the best team in the competition.
Who? The Tigers.
Penrith.
Oh yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, that one you won.
Yeah, but apart from that, man, we got flogged by the Cowboys. You kidding me?
Nah, he used to make the 8.
No, it's no. I'm gonna. What's the ladder at the moment?
You know what? I think it's gonna hurt. I think he's make a prelim and get done by Melbourne in a prelim.
What? So we make the top 4? Oh no, the prelims.
No, I think you end up making your way to a prelim. I actually think he's knocked the Cowboys out, and I think he's make your way into a prelim and he's get beaten in Melbourne in a real close one too. Maybe he's lead and get run down.
Don't say that.
And then that's it for the Eels.
Yeah,
that's it. That's it for 5 years at least.
Unless we can snag a decent hooker from somewhere.
Maybe Reed Mahoney.
Huh. Good one.
Replace Arthur with Trent Barrett. Reed Mahoney will stay.
Oh, come on.
Cowboys upset this round? I believe so.
Take the Cowboys at the line, 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking that for sure.
They're better than 290. Is that where they're at? 290?
Mate, I couldn't tell you.
Early bird special. Get on the Cowboys because they will come in, I think, especially if what Denny is predicting happens. Jerome Hughes out of the side.
Jerome Hughes is going to be a late exclusion, without a doubt.
Yeah. Well, they'll come in. They'll probably close at like 240, I reckon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I reckon even less. 220. 215.
Can only choose one to be the future of the NRL. Cobbo, Sawali, Coates, Savage.
Sawali. Nice. Good pick.
He does some things that he just doesn't look like he's trying, you know?
Like jumping.
Yeah, but that you're still underestimating how good that.
No, it was a jump. Literally, I could
He's
jump.
handy.
Do you want to get up and jump now?
Yeah, jump.
And the
Give us
podcast
a
will
jump.
do views.
Yeah, go.
Because I'll go through the roof. Like, literally.
Go, do a jump. Give us your best jump. Go on.
No.
Jump. One jump.
I should not.
Go.
No, I won't.
Alright.
I'll do a jump. I will do a jump for the people, but not tonight. It's bloody 10:30.
Alright. Next.
Pat Carrigan. Can Pat Carrigan, be a future Maroons captain? Yes.
Well, yeah, I don't mind that shit.
Yeah. I like Pat Carrigan. I rate him so much. I think he is the best Queensland forward. No doubt in my mind.
He's probably in my top 5 favourite players at the moment. Mitch Moses is probably my favourite player at the moment.
How good is he? He can do some special things, Mitch Moses.
Oh, man. When he gets in that touch footy kind of mindset, where he
Yeah.
plays both sides of the field, I love it when he goes the short side and he just plays eyes up. Like, he can play the game.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If they get into some situations where their forward pack is humming, he's going to have enough points in him, Mitch Moses.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, are the Broncos a top 4 side at their best? No, they are not.
At their best? Maybe at their best. I don't know if they got their best all year, though. I don't know if they can be consistent enough.
Hold on. At their best.
At their absolute best, they can play all year.
I do not think
Yeah,
they're a top 4 side.
Yeah, top 4 side.
No, I don't think so. Well, then who you take out of the top 4? Who they
Probably
replace?
Eels.
Oh, hold on.
Probably
The Eels aren't in the top 4.
Well, I have them in my top 4.
Oh, so you're the bastard then, are you?
Yeah.
Who's currently in Queensland and New South Wales State of Origin side? That's just too much. We'll get into that later, I'm thinking. This one's from your mate. Do you think Peter Hickey has been the best signing in the league? One of the best signings in the league. Not even close.
He's been good, though. He has been good for the Cows.
Ugh.
We had a lot of defensive deficiencies on that right edge. He's been really handy.
All right.
Another bloke that can play the game.
Can he?
But that's what we're talking about with the Bulldogs. That's a guy that's just going to make his tackles.
That is one of those players, though.
Yeah.
But he has not been one of the best signings in the league.
The Cowboys' recruitment has been very, very good. In Dearden, Peter Hiku. One of these days we're gonna have to start giving Trad some props because he's had a good month.
I'm giving no props to Chad.
He's had a good month though.
You know what? I'm never gonna give props to Chad.
What about Clive Churchill? Will you give him props then?
No, not even then. He's been carried.
I think he's had a good month. There you go.
You know, so you're on the Chad Townsend bandwagon.
Nah, he's.
Oh,
it's
you
a party-
love Chad.
It's a party of one.
You love
Chad loves
Chad.
Chad.
You know, you love Chad nowadays. Anyway, who's been your buy of the year so far?
Nico.
Nicholas Hynes.
Yeah, Nico.
Nicholas Hynes with it, yeah. Maybe even Chad.
One of them.
Yeah, it's a flip of a coin between them. How far do you think Broncos and Cowboys will go?
I think they're both like a week 2 of the semi-finals kind of teams. If they're in the semis.
So you think the Broncos make the 8?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
So who you got falling out?
Probably Manly. Out of my 8.
Okay. So
Manly were bang average.
Did you have Manly like what, 5th or 6th?
I Manly 4th.
Oh.
Yep. They cost me on my perfect date last year, and they'll cost me my perfect date again this year, I reckon.
Bastards, aren't they?
Yeah, so I'm going Panthers. No order. Panthers, Storm, Roosters, Sharks, Eels, Bunnies, Cowboys, Broncos. Same top 8 as it is right now.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I want to say the Eels and Rabbitohs still fall out. I'm going to say Manly and Raiders sneak in.
By the way, if there's any Bulldogs, Tigers, Knights, or Titans fans, here's a little sneaky stat for you for sticking around this long. Your team have virtually no hope of making the top 8. In the last 10 seasons, of the 40 teams that have been in the bottom 4 after round 10, only 4 of those sides have made the top 8. So you're sitting on around 10% chance. If you really want to break it down, the Bulldogs, Tigers are probably at a 2 and 3% chance, and the Knights probably at a 4 and what's left 3.
Something.
Yeah, that's a break it down.
That is
All
a
right,
break it down.
Let's do the tips real quick, real sneaky.
Righty, you got the. What are we doing? Knights, Broncos.
Good tips. You would like to think the Broncos can win that.
Broncos will be winning. Tigers, Bulldogs.
Milford coming in. Milford's
Yes.
in that game.
Yes, he's in
That's
the game. He's
interesting.
starting at 5'8" for the Knights.
That's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah, massive. They need a half. They need a half desperately.
Milford's a fullback.
Give it a rest. All right. Tigers, Bulldogs. I'm going to say the Bulldogs can
Tigers.
find something here.
Tigers, baby. Eels, Manly.
Eels.
Yeah, good man. Dragons, Warriors.
Dragons.
I go Warriors.
I won't tip the Warriors the rest of the year.
I'm tipping them this game. Seriously. Cowboys, Storm.
Storm,
Cowboys.
13+.
Cowboys. Roosters, Panthers.
Panthers.
Without a doubt. Bunnies, Raiders.
Oh, Dubbo. Dry track. Rabbits win.
I'm going Raiders. Titans, Sharks.
Oh. That'd be the upset of the round. And I'll go to the Sharks could score. Who are you going?
I'm going the Titans. Let's go.
I'll go the Sharks. Jesus Christ. My bet of the round is the Eels minus 10.5.
Oh, nice. My bet of the round is it's like a multi. It's Titans, Raiders, Cowboys, and Warriors all at the line.
You got a value for us there?
Gets $13. And I'll be copping that. It's Titans 7.5, Raiders 4.5, Cowboys 6.5, and Warriors 3.5. I'm be copping that every day of the week.
It is 3.5 season.
You take all those 4 teams at the line.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Enjoy your day.